Hello, my name is Barb Mundall. I'm a civil engineer with the City of St. Paul Public Works Department. Today, we're going to talk about the upcoming Minnesota Street Reconstruction project. The project will happen in two phases. Phase 1 between Kellogg and through the 6th Street intersection, and phase 2 will happen in 2024 between 6th and 11th. The project includes removal and replacement of the concrete pavement, sidewalks, and underground utilities along the corridor will be upgraded. The existing Minnesota Street cross-section consists of three 10-foot through lanes and one 10-foot wide parking lane on the west side of the street. The west side has 11 feet for walk and boulevard, and the east side has 10 feet for walk and boulevard. The proposed cross-section will have two 10-foot through lanes and one 8-foot parking lane, a 5.5-foot sidewalk on the west side with a 2-foot concrete buffer and an 8-foot trail, and then a 6-foot boulevard for tree planting, street lighting, and amenities. On the east side will be 9.5-foot walk boulevard space. There are other projects happening in the area during 2023, including the Kellogg Boulevard Capital City Bikeway project. Both projects will use Wabasha as the northbound detour and St. Peter Street as the suggested southbound detour. The contractor must provide access for emergency vehicles and pedestrians at all times. So we're going to try and maintain access as much as possible to the businesses. The contractor will coordinate with businesses to ensure access to loading docks and parking ramps. However, there may be short periods when full closures are unavoidable. The bus lanes one lane for bus traffic will remain on 5th Street and on 6th Street to keep those routes running. Minnesota Street buses will be detoured to Robert Street. The Wabasha Street project that happened in 2022 moved 4 bus routes to Minnesota Street. Those will also be moved to Robert Street during construction. We've made a commitment with Metro Transit not to touch any of the light rail facilities. We did investigate trying to improve the pedestrian experience crossing Minnesota Street. The conclusion was there was just not enough physical space to include ADA compliant landings and PED push buttons. So the existing crossing will remain the same. The existing street lighting on Minnesota Street is the overhead bent straw light poles. The new street lighting will be a combination. We'll still have the bent straw light poles, but we'll also have pedestrian scale globe lighting. We will provide temporary lighting during construction. All the sidewalks will be replaced as part of the project. And although it is all perceived as public, sidewalks on Minnesota Street span both private property and public property. And as an example, this area right here is public sidewalk. The area back here is actually on private property. Same on this side, this is the public sidewalk, but all of this sidewalk is actually on private property. If requested by the property owner, the project can replace the sidewalk on private property all the way to the building face at no additional charge to the property owner. Areaways are portions of the building's basement that extend under the sidewalk or under the roadway. Often they were used as utility rooms or old coal sheets or chutes or storage, but sometimes they look just like a regular basement, but they extend beyond the face of the building. Public Works has records of where these areaways are, but occasionally the records are unreliable. If you have an active areaway, please contact me. We want to make sure that all the areaways are shown on the plans and that the contractor knows about them before they start digging. If we do replace sidewalk over an areaway, we will replace the weatherproofing and pour the new sidewalk on top of it and then seal around the areaway. There are many different utilities buried in the right-of-way on Minnesota, including water, sewer, gas, electric, district energy, and communication lines. Many of these are owned by private companies, and they'll be making upgrades to their facilities in coordination with the road work. Some of them have started already. Other companies have started potholing and doing other investigative testing. That's been happening, yeah, actually starting as early as last fall. Excel Electric is moving their facilities in anticipation of the project, and I'm sure you've seen them out there already. They plan on doing all of their upgrades all the way to 11th Street, even though this particular project happening in 2023 will only go to 6th Street. St. Paul's Public Works Sewers is working at 9th Street in anticipation of phase 2. That work that they're doing at that manhole should be completed by mid-March. Assessments. The projects are funded by street reconstruction bonds and assessments to abutting property owners. The assessment rates have not been determined yet, and but they will be determined before the project starts. Property owners are assessed after the construction project is complete, so not until November of 2023. For more information about assessments, please visit the stpaul.gov assessment website. You can also visit our project website for regular updates and to sign up for emails. And you can always contact me, Barb Mundell, at 651-266-6112. Thank you very much for your time.